Hey guys, how's it going? It is such a gorgeous day in the garden, and I'm so excited to be out here and be planting with you guys. It is going to be a good day. We're going to try to get a ton of things in the garden because I've got a ton of things in bloom and a ton of things that need to be in their home. So let me turn the camera around. I'll show you guys what I've got. I've got some annuals, I've got some perennials, I've got some evergreen. So we have a whole mix of things to get in the garden today, and I really couldn't be more excited. It's going to make this place feel so much better and brighter, and there's going to be a lot of color. And today's color is mostly yellow. I'll show you. So here is the horde of plants that we're gonna get in the ground today, and it's an obscene amount of plants, but I'm very excited about it. So let's go over everything. These right here, this plant is a Coleus, and this is going to go into a window box along with this potato vine. So this one here is the Golden Dreams Coleus. It is a shade lover, but can handle some sun. I would say morning sun only, really, for this plant, especially in my zone. I've got two of them because I've got two window boxes, and so I'm going to add this to a window box, and then I'm also going to add these guys to a window box. These are the Sweet Caroline light green sweet potato vine, and I'm so excited. I love sweet potato vine so much. So I've got two of those. I have a couple verbena. This is one that I've grown a couple times and I really love it. This is the Sparkling Rose, full sun lover. It says that it only gets 12 inches. I think mine got bigger than 12 inches, but they're really, really pretty. I love the color on those. They're so gorgeous. So I've got three of those guys just kind of tuck in to the jelly bean beds. Then I picked up an entire flat of the Wicked Witch Coleus. This is one of my favorite Coleus I've ever grown in my entire life, Wicked Witch. It is so beautiful. It is a shade lover for sure. If you plant it somewhere where it gets any afternoon sun, I notice that they tend to wilt. They come right back, but they do tend to wilt in the sun. So morning sun only, and preferably almost no sun really is best for these guys. They can handle sun in other growing zones, not in my growing zone 9. And this one will get 40 inches tall, and it'll probably get about 2 feet wide. So really big Coleus, really beautiful. They do bloom, but not till the very end of the season, which is why I really like these Coleus. Coleus blooms don't really do anything for me. I tend to usually pop them off, but this foliar growth, I love the like serrated edges that are like green on the outside and then this red in the middle. Stunning plant. Then over here I have, this is a petunia that I've been trying to grow for many years, and I have a terrible time growing it. It dies on me every time, but I want to be successful with it, and my plan is to do these guys mixed in with these guys. So I'm loving this like creamy color on the outside, and then they've got these like black purple throats, and then the yellow biden. So this is a super petunia called Latte. It gets about 12 inches tall, maximum 24 inches. It's an annual except in zones 10, 11. Sometimes I can hardy petunias over in my zone. I've killed many of these guys, but I want to be successful with them. I just love the color of these. I think they're so beautiful. So I'm really hoping to have some good success with them this year. And then I'm going to intersperse them with these bidens right here. So these are the Goldilocks Rocks, and they're so pretty. Full sun lover, just like the petunias are. 8 to 14 inches tall. And then they kind of spread out from there. Hardy. They're an annual except in zones 9A through 11. So these guys should come back for me every single year, which will be really nice, or at least a couple years out of these guys. Full sun lover, very excited about these, and I just think that these are going to play off of each other really nicely. I want lots of color in the garden this year. So these right here are a Mangave, which is a cross between a Manfreda and an Agave. These, they're supposed to be new for 2026, but I know a few people have been able to find them. It says that they get about 10 inches tall, 20 inches wide. So this one's probably getting really close to maturity. Hardy in zones 7 through 11, so higher zone only, and it can handle full sun. So we're gonna test it. I've got 3 of them. I'm gonna plant 2 of them in the landscape. Today we're just gonna do 1 of them, and I'm gonna plant just the one here. The next one, I think I want to plant somewhere where it gets like dappled sun, and then the other one I want to plant in a container, just so I can really see exactly how these guys perform and where they're going to perform the best. But I really like them. I think they're very interesting plants. Next is this mugo pine. This is the pesto mugo pine. It only gets 1 foot tall by 3 feet wide. So tiny little plant, very cute little evergreen plant. Really excited about this one. Hardy down to -50. So I don't know exactly what zone that is off the top of my head, but it can handle a lot of cold, and I'm really, really excited about it. So low growing, it's probably at mature height right now, getting close to mature height, and we're gonna plant it in this jelly bean bed behind this arb. So I've got some very low growing evergreen interest right there. Next up, how stunning. Isn't this so pretty? So this is a monarda, also known as bee balm, and I love this plant. I think they're very, very beautiful. I usually get them in purple colors, so to find it in this like very beautiful color, so it's called Upscale Red Velvet, and it's very pink. It's very, very bright. It's very vibrant. I really love it. Full sun, 32 inches tall, and probably 24 inches wide at maturity. Hardy in zones 4 through 8, so this is a perennial. And the bees go crazy for this, and so do the hummingbirds. The hummingbirds absolutely love this plant. So very excited to get this one in the garden. I've got 3 of those. And then this guy right here, I'm also really excited about. It's a little bit dried out, so she's a little wilty right now. This is new for 2025, and I was able to get my hands on 3 of them last year, and I loved the way it looked in the garden. I thought it was very, very sweet. So this is the Designer Threads Golden Needles. It gets about 20 inches tall and probably about 15 inches wide. And it blooms early to late summer, and it just continues to bloom, and then it's going to die back all the way to the ground. My other ones are already starting to come up, so these guys are much, much further along this year. Hardy in zones 5 through 9. So you can see I've got yellow, and then this is kind of like a yellowy green color. So lots of yellow today, and then a little bit of pinks and reds and some evergreen color. So we have got our work cut out for us. I'm gonna place everything, and then I'll show you guys. So I've got everything placed now. Let me take you a little walk around and show you guys. So I did all of the Wicked Witch Coleus right here. Very excited for those. So like I said, maybe some dappled sun, morning sun is okay. These guys are gonna get morning sun, and then they're planted underneath the willow tree. So they're gonna get protection from afternoon sun, and they're gonna get afternoon shade. So perfect plant for that. Perfect little spot. Then if we come around the corner this way, most of the plants are going into the front bed. I'm trying to like fill this up the quickest because this is the one that you mostly see. I've got the monarda in here, and then this is going to be where I alternate between the brightens and the petunias right here. I think that that's going to be kind of a little fun little contrast. So I did the 3 of them, and then I've got 5 of them, and it just kind of continues on past the bee balm a little bit. The Mangave right here, I just think that's going to be so pretty. I'm very excited about it. And then I've got the needle threads, golden thread needle. We're doing really good. I've got the 3 right there, and I think that'd be fun because I'll have yellow, purple, white, pink. I'll have some greens and blues. So this bed's gonna be full of color on this section. And then right here is where I'm doing the verbena. I've got the little trio right here. So these guys will fill out completely over the edge of here. This one will fill out underneath the 3 dahlias that I've got there. And then last, I've got the mugo pine right here. And this guy probably is going to take up this entire space right here. This is one that I could prune on and kind of keep smaller if I chose to. I'm not going to. I want something low growing right here, and then tall, and then tall. So I'll just kind of have like a variance in height right here. I'll have like a little bit of a view back to this back bed. I just think it'll be perfect. So let's get to planting. It's gonna be so good. I cannot wait to film another garden tour for you guys because I have so many things. Okay, getting hit by the willow tree. I have so many things that have changed around the property. It's that time of year where things are changing almost daily at this point. So it's very, very exciting. So I'm gonna get to planting, and then hopefully we can get a garden tour filmed for you guys in the next week or 2 because there's gonna be a lot of change. I forgot to show you guys, these are the window boxes that I'm gonna be putting the sweet potato vine in and the coleus. So I'm gonna leave everything in here, do a little bit of cleanup. I've got a grass in there, it's a bunny tail grass, so it stays small. And then I'm gonna put the coleus right here, so it'll fill out this entire side here. And then I'm gonna put probably the sweet potato vine, maybe middle or something like that, and that'll spill over. But I need to come in and I need to clean the alyssum up desperately. It really just needs to be hacked back. And then I'm sure someone's gonna ask about this. We deal with wood borers, so this is what we're going to be using for wood borers. You mix it up, you pour it at the base, the tree sucks it up, and then anything that goes and eats on your tree, it kills them. So this controls ash borers. It's perfect for willow trees. We deal with borers in our willows. We deal with borers in our fruit trees, our alder trees, our birch trees. So literally so many trees that we have on our property deal with wood borers. So this is what we're going to use this year. And it is not organic, because I'm sure I'm going to get that question. So let's get to planting, because we got a lot of things to plant. Right, Brent?
Right.
I'm gonna take a minute and water everything. You can see I literally sprayed myself. I'm gonna water everything in because I'm noticing that it's hot out and it's windy out, and a lot of these plants are definitely thirsty. So I've still got I've got 7 more things in containers. So I'm gonna water those before I even get them planted, take a little break, eat some lunch, and then we'll get the rest of these planted. But I do wanna water everything in that's already planted, because they definitely need some water. And I do get questions about, I don't always water everything in, especially during the springtime. Spring is basically over for me right now. We're in the 80s, and so now it goes into, I have to water when I plant, and sometimes I have to water. I can only get like 1 or 2 things planted, and then I have to water immediately. So now it is full blown time to water. And I'm just gonna say right now, I will not be showing you guys me watering every single plant on camera. So I get that question a lot of, you didn't water that in. I did water it in. I did it off camera. Everything got water. Everything will be fine. So I'm going to finish watering the rest of these. And then you're not going to see me watering any of these plants in. I'm doing it right now, I promise, with my watering wand. got everything planted. I've got the Coreopsis, I believe it is, the needle threads, the designer threads. I don't know why I can't remember the names of those guys, but I did a little trio right there. And then the verbena, and then the mugo pine, I think is going to be so good right here. I think that's going to be so pretty. Should fill out that entire area as it matures, which I have years for that. So this year I'll still plant some things kind of around it on the ground, which will be really nice. And then back this way, we did a couple things in the window boxes, and then this is all of the Wicked Witch Coleus right here, which you can see it's actually midday right now. So this is dappled sunlight, and so these guys should be really, really happy right here, which is so exciting because they're really, really pretty. I love the Wicked Witch Coleus. And then in the window boxes here, I tucked in the one Coleus back here. This should fill out this entire section right here. And then the sweet potato vine should drape all the way down. Gonna be gorgeous. And I love this heuchera that's in here. It is vibrant red. It looks like it's on fire all year round. It's so beautiful. I did not think that I would like such a red colored not Coleus, this is a heuchera. I didn't think that I would like such a red colored heuchera, but it's like a cherry red. It's so gorgeous, and I'm so bummed I don't remember the name of it. It was one that I picked up at the plant barn, but it's so pretty. And then coming down this way, we got the bee balm planted in here, the monarda, and those are going to be so gorgeous up against the rose that's right there. And then I did the Latte Petunias backed with 3 of the Bidens. Nice to have that little bit of pop of color. And then this Mangave. I love this. I think that's so fun. I love that it's already spilt over the edge completely, and it's a very, very mature plant. It's going to be so gorgeous right there. So it feels really nice to just get everything like in the ground, like starting to get everything in the ground, and lots of color. I mean, we've got yellows and pinks and greens and browns and reds, and it was a lot of color today. So I'm very, very happy with that. And as always, everything that I used in this video will be linked in the description, from my auger to my shovel to the fertilizer to the brass watering wands that I used. So everything is linked in the description down below. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you all tomorrow for more planting, a lot more to come. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thanks for visiting our garden. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.